What's up, peoples? Another week. Yes, sir. Another week. You know how we do, baby. Let me get my peoples in. Let me share this stuff before I start the show, baby. TGI Friday, man. You already know, man. Every Friday, man, we do this, man. Dog catch in the building. Sportsbook Jeff. And we ready to talk to y'all, man. Let me just get these groups in real quick. I got y'all right now. Yeah, just give me a minute. Okay. Let me get a couple people up. Let them know the show's intact. Yes, sir. Suge Knight in the building, baby. Suge Knight, you already know, baby. You already know, yo, your G-Man's got to stack up, man. You know, you got to keep Barkley. Dimes, I guess y'all going to run with them. But you got to get more weapons, man. You got to get more receivers. Maybe a little more on the defense, man. Salute to Lokai, inside Lokai in the building. Maurice in the building. Appreciate everybody tapping in. TGI Friday to everybody, man. Yeah, sure, we're going to catch up. You know football's going to come right back, man. And I know you're a big G-Man fan, man. And I'm not a G-Man fan, but I'm proud for what y'all did, man. Y'all to me over exceeded your expectations. That's in my book, man. Steve Levine in the building, baby. The Philadelphia boy. We got the Philly kid and the Philadelphia boy, Steve Levine, baby. Yeah, don't go nowhere. You know I'm going to give the message of the day. You know I'm going to do my little shenanigans, then I'm going to bring my squad in. We got the dog catcher coming in, Sportsbook Jeff. We definitely touching up on your boy, Kyrie Irving. You know we going to tap in on Kyrie Irving. Let me say a few things before we start the show. We got some people on board. Dog catcher, if you can hear me, about 10 after, wait till I finish my shenanigans, and I'm going to snatch you up. I want to thank everyone on my YouTube channel that's sending out donations. Anything's appreciated. And thank you to Miss Autumn, man, with that nice bless up, man. I really appreciate that to the heart. I see you see me doing my thing, and you felt the need to just say, yo, here, since they ain't trying to put you on yet. And I want you to know I appreciate that. Major salute to Miss Autumn, man. Yeah, let's go to the message of the day, then we're going to start the show, man. This is real spill. Appreciate your loved ones better. Like, show your loved ones more love. The problem with us, once we already know we got loved ones, we take them for granted. That's a fact, because I did that myself. We chasing after motherfuckers who don't give a fuck and probably won't be there if shit hit the fan. Instead of appreciating the people in front of us that's giving us nothing but love. And that goes for everybody. Your cousins, your little sisters, your mother, your peoples. Show the people love that are showing you love and prove they're in your corner. Tell them you love them a little more. Appreciate them a little more. You dig what I'm saying? And stop chasing clown motherfuckers. They're not going to be there for you, bro. And that includes females. Stop chasing females when you got a dime at home. You got steak at home and you chasing after ground beef. And with that, let's start the show, man. Al York Sports. Y'all already know, baby. TGI Fridays. Jeff in the building. Jorge in the building. I see you, baby. Mac Warner, salute to Mac Warner for this. Mac Warner just slapping me with a bunch of shit so I don't have no copyright issues. Copy? And with that, let's start the show. Salute to Mac Warner. Let's get this show popping, man. Okay, we're going to start off by saying, go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, put your comments in, hit the notification bell. And I want to thank everybody that's contributing and showing support. Major salute to everybody, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. You know I got to call that in. Nueva York. Shout out to Price Tag Entertainment. Mech One Beats, you already know my man Mech One's a beast with it. ILoveMoney.com. This is my man. Like I always say, people that want you to win, help you win. And last but not least, open sessions and giveaways. The more, the merrier. Let's get this party started. We're going to start off with the NFL. Next week, we're going to have a huge Super Bowl Sunday as the 14-3 Philadelphia Eagles are playing the 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs. Glendale, Arizona, State Farm Stadium. The line is either 1.5 or 1. 50.5. I'll get a better number come Friday. Those should be locking numbers. But right now, the numbers are like going a little up and down because of the money coming in. Should be a hell of a Super Bowl. Andy Reid got the most wins with the Eagles. And if he wins the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday, he'll have the most wins for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's a hell of a story. You know, football is a storyline. And, you know, this should be a real good game. And I just can't wait for Super Bowl Sunday. Other news. Denver Broncos get their man Sean Payton in a trade. Yes, a trade. You have to trade to get Sean Payton. The Saints ain't stupid. You know what I mean? They racked up on a 2023 first round, 2024 second round for Sean Payton, and a 2024 third round. So they get 2 early picks, and they give up Payton and a third-round pick for the services of Sean Payton. That should lead Russell Wilson back to his old form. And if he don't, that means Russell's is finished, and I guarantee you Sean Payton will get him the fuck out of there. Other news. Houston Texans get their man, DeMeco Ryans, who great coordinator with the Frisco Niners, got great energy. I think it's a good fit for the Houston Texans, but I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I like this fit, but I think you almost got to try to get a veteran established coach. Not just a veteran coach, an established coach, but it's hard to pursue somebody like that when they really not built together yet. You know, they got quarterback issues. They got issues all over. They got a lot of good players. But the GM, the brass, you know, didn't do good on the draft choices. So hopefully now with DeMeco Ryans, he can get them on the right, right side of the page. From my understanding, it's a 6-year deal. You gotta let DeMeco Ryans at least for 3 years, even if they shit the bed, dog. You gotta give him the opportunity to turn this franchise around. And you got a young African-American man with all the energy in the world, and this guy's gonna be a real good coach if you give him what he needs. Other news. Let's go to the Diamond. American League batting champion Luis Reyes won his arbitration case Thursday. Will get 6.1 M's with the Marlins, who acquired him last month in a trade with the Twins. Other news. Tampa Bay Rays infielder Yandy Diaz signed a 3-year, $24 million contract to stay with the Devil Rays, or the Rays, which they don't call Devil Rays no more. So good for the Rays, like I said. They keeping a lot of players. They're starting to get some bag money, so now they're able to keep people. When before, when brothers needed the bag, brothers had to leave because they ain't have no bag to give nobody. Other news, Brock Purdy is going to be out basically for the whole, he might miss the whole next season if it's Tommy John surgery. So I'm having Tommy John, UCL in the right elbow. I'm having other shit that it might not be Tommy John. If it's Tommy John, that's a baseball injury that they named after a baseball player named Tommy John. He's going to miss the whole season. The whole 23 season, if it's that. If it's not that, then Brock Purdy could probably come back, him and Lance, and see who can make that, who can win the winning spot there. But if I'm the Niners, I trust either or. Brock is still young. Lance, I just don't think he's ready. You might have to get a veteran. I don't want to say Derek Carr, but Derek Carr right now might be better than both of them. I think the premier fit might be Aaron Rodgers, but I think Rodgers already said he wants nothing to do with the 49ers, and I have no idea why he said that. Other news. Football. A warrant has been issued for a running back, Cincinnati's running back Joe Mixon, on a complaint of misdemeanor aggravated menacing. So Mixon, you got to understand, Mixon a few years back when he was in college, he knocked out a girl in some restaurant. So this charge here ain't the worst, But when you coming off something like that, that really could have hurt his, it did hurt his draft, stock when they kind of picked him up top because of that incident. Great player, Joe Mixon, but, can't do that. You already know you already fucked up. Like, you know that. So you ain't got no leniency. That's just like at work. If they let me slide on some big shit, you got to be on point. You got to put yourself on parole or something, dog. And he's probably one more strike out of this, and they'll probably get him out the league because Goodell's not playing. Y'all know that. I know that. Joe Mixon, you better get your shit together. Why? Because you're a real good football player, and you can help out the Bengals. Get your shit together, young man. Other news, I'm gonna have my man come in. Yo, when you hear this dog catcher, you can come in right now. But I gotta say this real quick. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has clear concussion protocol, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. I really don't want to see this young fella play no football no more, man. Gates, you can come in now, Gates. Tua, but he got 3 concussions already. The guy's a punching bag out there. I love his heart. I mean, he ain't scared of nothing, man. But I could see him really get laid the fuck out one more time where it could be like his, life or death situation. You see what happened in college? He got beat up in college, but he handled it. He ain't going to handle that same shit in the NFL, man. So if I'm his family, get him to start talking, they coaching. He already got a little bit of money. Get him out of football before they body this kid, man. I like Tua, but the way he plays, dog, he's going to get injured severely. I mean, if 3 concussions ain't enough, what else you need before I can prove my point? Let me get my boy in the building. Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to see if I can hear him. If not, then I'm going to have to add the plugs. Hopefully I don't. See my boy get in. What's up, big dog?
What's up, man?
See, I gotta put the plugs with you. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why.
Look at you already burning, baby.
Hey, man.
Burning that started. Sticky, icky. I ain't even mad at you, dog.
All the time.
Give me 1 minute, and we gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Let's get right to it. I got you right here, brother. Okay. After failing to negotiate a long-term contract extension with the organization, Brooklyn star Kyrie Irving has issued a trade request. Now, we've been down this alley before with this young star, dog catcher. You like Kyrie. I like Kyrie. I don't know about you, but I'm going to admit, the guy could be a drama king, dog. You know what I mean? Or queen. I understand this situation might be to a lot of people worth it, because a lot of people on my page were saying, yo, fuck that. They don't want to pay him. He got to move on. But you got to understand, they're not the one paying them. So it's easy for anybody to talk shit. Anybody can talk shit because they're not giving up the bag. They know that once Kyrie gets you in a corner meaning you give him that 200 plus M's, there's a lot of shit beside you watching them kick ass on the court that you're going to deal with. That's why Brooklyn's scared to make this request for him, because they don't want to deal with the bullshit. And he proved it right now. He already requested trade, went on social media. He's already proven he didn't change. But now I want to hear your take on this situation here, dog catcher. Talk to us.
Well, I just read a report from Woj saying that in the negotiation, he wanted the $200 million, but front office from Brooklyn tried to put a clause in there. He'd only get it if they won a championship.
Right.
So he didn't like that or whatever. And then him and his agent said, fuck it, let's request a trade. That's how it went down. But now I'm thinking front office might be like, well, fuck you, and send him to death row like Detroit or some shit. You know? They can do that.
Well, does he have a clause that he could pick whatever team? Can he boycott any team?
I don't think he does. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. They're gonna do what they try to do with KD. They're gonna try to get the best package, dog. And if that means Detroit, and then Detroit it is.
I think
they're not worrying about him. If he ain't worrying about them, big dog, they're not worrying about him.
Well,
they are some shit to get. They're gonna get the best package they can get for him. But
they need a big. They need a big. They need a big. I mean, I think it's a good move for him because ever since LeBron did that shit and went down to Miami, no one's ever been able to duplicate that shit.
Right.
You know, the joint teams and all that shit. So I think that it's a good move. I mean, I can see him going to Dallas or T-Wolves. I mean, if you go to T-Wolves, they can get Russ and Cat. Russ go back to Brooklyn, and then they go get Cat. He ain't been playing anyway, you know.
I don't think they're gonna deal with Cat. They might deal with Gobert before Cat.
Gobert, but he just slows down shit. But I mean, it might be good for them in Brooklyn because once Claxton comes out of the game, you got fucking KD running the 4.
Right.
And he don't want to do that. So whatever they do, they got to talk to KD. And I'm thinking KD saying we need a big. He might go down to Dallas. He'd be good down in Dallas. I mean, you see what happened with Brunson. Brunson got $100 million from running the point from Luka. So you put Kyrie down there and you move around some pieces.
See, but this is the thing. I don't think Dallas has enough. Like, if they do give them enough, then they're going to just, they're going to go backwards to move forward. Like, the Timberwolves got a lot of nice young stars. Not to mention they got draft picks.
They do.
So that's sexy for the Brooklyn, for the brass. Now, you go to Dallas, what, Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Tim Hardaway
ringing no bells.
They ain't going to get rid of Christian Woods, but they might get rid of Powell, and then you got Bullock, some shooters. I mean, Spencer might go back there.
Brooklyn ain't trying to get that. What I'm trying to tell you. They're not going to just give Kyrie Irving away. They want muscle. They want muscle with muscle. You give up Kyrie, they want players like Garland from Cleveland and maybe Allen.
Like that.
Like a Garland and Allen package for Kyrie Irving. That's the route they're going to have to go. I'm telling you right now, because Brooklyn, when they were shopping KD there for a little while, they wanted max shit. They wanted max.
Yeah, well, KD's not trying to be on no rebuilding-ass team, though. So
yeah, but KD got more of a say-so than Kyrie.
That's what I'm saying.
You dig what I'm saying?
So you got that. I don't think he'll go to L.A. L.A. ain't got enough. And
hell no.
Their front office is shit.
Yo, they draft picks is shot. They players have shot. I mean, the best thing LA did was pick up Ichimura. That guy could rebound. He's an animal out there. He do all the intangibles. So I like that pickup. Body. Yeah, but we're not going to go there. We're going to stick it with Kyrie, 27.1 big dogs, 5.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists. Kyrie Irving is balling right now, 30 years old, in his prime. So on the court, like I told people on my page that are big Kyrie fans, I'm not knocking him on the court. I think he's one of the best pound for pound, if you ask me.
I can't
one of the best in the game. He one of the guys that you could put with Curry and he gonna hold his own. His own with Steph Curry. How many guards can you say could do that in the NBA? Probably nobody. Maybe John Morant. Maybe John Morant.
Steph fear him. I'm gonna keep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, Jeff Gerson earlier hits me up. He goes, you defended him. I said, Jeff, I defended him on his court play, not off the court.
Yeah, on the court.
Because Jeff hit me earlier on, said, why are you defending this guy when you already know how he is? But he misinterpreted what I was telling him. I was telling him on the court, uniform, no talking, just playing. Kyrie one of the best. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Ain't nobody fucking with him like that.
Unfortunately, when you get a teammate, you gotta encounter off the court shit too.
But he got leverage though, because the way he play, he can make moves like that. Like there's not too many players that can do what he do. Like, request a trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but to be on a real big dog, these bosses, these owners, they tired of dealing with divas, man.
I agree.
fucking Terrell Owens of the world, Chad Ochocinco's of the world, Odell Beckham Jr.'s of the world.
AB.
These are real talented, real talented individuals. Real talented. But in the long run, they feel like these kind of guys destroy their organization.
They can.
Now, I'm not saying Kyrie's to that point yet, but if he ain't right there on that line, dog, if he not right there, then I don't know no more. Because whoever invests right now in Kyrie Irving, you got to be careful, because look at what Boston did. If Kyrie right now stood with Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, they probably would have won 2 chips right now.
Yeah, but where do you put Marcus Smart?
Yo, you back him up or you trade him.
Oh, you can't.
That's not a bad decision. You either keep him as a backup, and he don't mind being a backup because he know he ain't got none of Kyrie, and he love Boston. One thing about Marcus Smart, he's a team player. So if he got to come off the bench, that ain't nothing for him. Now, Rozier was different. Rozier wanted to start. That's why he left. He went to Charlotte, did whatever he had to do.
We're too small, don't play defense.
Yeah, but as far as Smart would do whatever. But anyway, real quick, before we can end this, basically your last take on this topic, then we're going to go to that Super Bowl, bro.
I think he should go to a younger team, somewhere where he can, that old head link up shit, that shit ain't working. Get him over to a younger team and let him teach some youngsters, and I think it'd be okay. I think it'd be a good trade both ways, because obviously it's messy over there in Brooklyn, so they got to do something. It's just messy.
Yeah. Well, I'm a beg differ. Kyrie's one of them guys. You gotta have a veteran that he respects, that could get in his ear. Not too many people could get in Kyrie's ear. I thought Durant was going to be able to be that person.
Right.
You understand me? Definitely LeBron was. Absolutely. I think if you put him around the young boys, it's a setup for disaster. Because you don't know what to expect from Kyrie, dog. I just started praising him again. I just put him on my squad again, dog. And then this shit happened. I got motherfuckers inboxing me 3-4 in the morning. Yo, Al, you inbox me, man, motherfuckers. Yo, Al, Kyrie started shit again.
Yeah, he did. He is, man.
But like I said, all the Kyrie fans, I'm not knocking them on the court. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. Top pound for pound. But the guy, he's a problem to deal with. If y'all don't see the track record, then you motherfuckers is blind. Cleveland, Boston, and now Brooklyn. And I'm going to tell you, like I said, about Skip Bayless. If you got numerous outside shit happening against you, you have to be the problem at one time. It can't be everybody's fault, big man. It cannot always be everybody's fault. There's a time you got to tell yourself, it's me, man. It's me.
Real shit.
And that's
Real
it.
Shit.
Own up to your shit.
Real shit.
I had to do it in life. I had to own up, because I was just, sometimes dudes would tell me, yo, Al, you come across sometimes like, a little too rough. I had multiple people told me that. So I had to fix that, big man. I had to take over me and correct that shit. Not playing motherfuckers. And I'm going to leave it like that, man. Let's go to the big NFL game, Super Bowl next week. Let me refresh everybody's brain. I got the dog catcher right here. Got the Kansas City Chiefs. Got the AFC. Got something going on with Gambino that got the NFC and the Eagles. Y'all did this a couple years ago. You end up having the Chiefs. He ended up getting Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Bucks. And we all seen what happened. Tom Brady took him to school. In this matchup, Mahomes is the older guy now. Mahomes is the veteran guy now. Right or wrong?
You're right.
Now, one thing I can say about Jalen Hurts before you get started, Jalen Hurts goes to the trip everywhere he goes.
That's right.
I mean, I ain't even follow him in high school, and I guarantee you he went to the trip in high school.
He from Texas, so I know he played well.
Yeah, he went to Bama twice.
Yeah.
Oklahoma went to the chip, and now he's in the chip with the Eagles. So the kid is not new to this environment. He ain't going to be out there like looking scared. Now, this is a little different. This is a little different because this is the top of the top. But them college games be 100,000, dog. Am I lying or not?
Oh,
it
you
ain't going to be
100,000
100,000 in Glendale. It might be something like 70, 80, but he be around 100,000. So what I'm saying is I don't think he's going to come up short or be nervous out there. But that's just my point. That's just how I see it. Now I want you to tell everybody about the Kansas City Chiefs real quick, the year they had. Then I got one more question for you.
Kansas City, they came out strong and they fell off. They fell off because a lot of people gave them doubt because of no Tyreek Hill. A lot of people was questioning if they had a deep threat. All the analysts were saying they don't have the defense to stop anybody, and they just kept winning games, man. And more, the thing I like about KC, they played a tough schedule. They played Brady, they played the Bills, they played Cincinnati twice, and they played the Niners. They whooped the Niners' ass in the second half.
Right.
Niners hung with them in the first half, and then they just whooped their ass second half. So they whooped their ass just like the Eagles did. It's just a different attack. But they won games when they needed to win games, and then they got that number one seed, so they got home field advantage. Then they got that bye. That bye is huge in the playoffs, man, because once all you got to do is win one game in your AFC Championship.
Right. And now that you mentioned that, let me support you again. In the Super Bowl, it's a bye week, correct?
That's right.
Nobody better than Andy Reid after a bye week.
That's what
and
they
I know
say.
He's 1-1 in the Super Bowl. That's 50%. But if he wins this, he's going to be 66%, just like that. You dig what I'm saying? But let me give you some numbers real quick. We're going to start with Pat Mahomes, 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 5,200 yards passing, MVP season. I mean, that's Showtime. Mahomes continues to tear this fucking league up. And on defense, Chiefs are ranked 11th, 18th against the pass, 8th against the rush, which is huge, with Eagles running an attack. You didn't want that the opposite way. You want it this way because they good against the run, the Chiefs. They 8th in the league. And offensively, they first total yards, 413. Passing 298. The run game is 116. I mean, you know what they could do offensive. They juggle nuts. No Tyreek Hill or Tyreek Hill. So, it is what it is, man. But let me see. Jeff always got to come. Jeff's a funny dude. Yeah, I don't know. He always want to, nitpick if I'm, one little word off. And I'm not even going to say nothing because he pronounced his name totally wrong the other day, but I'm just going to leave it like that. But anyway, but and like I said, big game for Andy Reid. He might retire after this game. If the Chiefs lose this game, it can get crazy in Kansas City because does Reid come back to try to get that record? Then what's up with Eric Bieniemy that been promised to take over Reid? So Bieniemy obviously is still in Kansas City. It's not because he couldn't get a job. It's because I'm pretty sure Reid told him, you're going to take over this once I'm out of here.
Right.
So I think in a perfect world, KC wins, he sells off, Bieniemy comes in, and then they start their second surge with Bieniemy.
That makes sense because he got the damn offense down pat. He don't see shit.
Yeah, he know that whole shit over there, dog. He been so long with Andy Reid. Andy Reid even lets him go a lot of times.
Yeah, he let him go.
You know what I'm saying? So real quick, last question. What do the Chiefs have to do to win this game?
They got to put the game in Jalen Hurts' hands.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how they beat him. The reason why I say that is the Eagles, when I look at their schedule, the toughest quarterback they played against, and he had a bad year this year, was Aaron Rodgers, the Packers. I'm seeing Jaguars, Washington. They're not really playing nobody. So I'm thinking they're used to running the ball, that read option shit, and he's a big threat in the run If they stop the run and put the game in Jalen Hurts' hands, I think that's how they beat him, because Jalen Hurts, he gets you like 200 yards passing, because it's a run first offense. So if you put him in an uncomfortable spot and make him pass, I think that's how you beat him.
Okay, but you forgetting one thing. You don't put pressure on him, he'll light your ass up. I seen it. I seen games he get 300 on cats. But if they could get pressure, they get Jones up on him, you know, a couple of other cats that could get up on him. Now I understand what you're saying. You gotta have pressure on him, dog. You can't just let him sit back with all the time in the world. Jalen's a lot better quarterback right now.
His best game was the Steelers this year. He had 4 touchdowns.
Oh, he killed the Titans at home, threw for over 400 yards. And Titans was a good defense at that time.
That's right. That's right.
So what I'm saying is, if you don't put pressure on him, he can light you up. The reason is he's not lighting a lot of teams up because that run game is so strong, dog. They don't even have to pass it.
It's strong.
They got the best running game in football with no-name motherfuckers. Gainwell, Scott, Sanders.
Yeah.
They wouldn't make no noise nowhere else. Oh, Jeff was correcting me on was Andy Reid's Super Bowl record. I'm talking about with Kansas City. I'm not talking about everything with the Eagles. No, see, he has a problem of listening to what he needs to listen to. But real quick, give me a prediction score, big man. Then I'm going to get Jeff in because I got to pick a bone with him.
Okay. I'm going to say 31-24 Chiefs.
Woo! So you like the over?
I like the over.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say 31-24 Chiefs.
Okay, so like I said, guys, he's got something going on with Gambino. Dog Catcher got the AFC. Gambino got the NFC. I'm going to get Gambino on next week first, and he's going to answer the same questions that the Dog Catcher had to answer today. Dog Catcher, good job as always, my brother.
Breaking up,
good luck. We're going to holler, my brother, and we're going to holler during the week. You know how we do. You stay up and enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, big dog.
And go Chiefs, baby. I'm going to say the same thing to Gambino, all right?
Go Chiefs.
Okay, baby. One love.
All right, G.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So, XB out. Okay, so big bet between him and Gambino. Like I said, Gambino a couple years ago won with the Bucks. Last year they didn't do nothing. Today they decided to go back. Dog Catcher the AFC, Gambino the NFC. Jeff, where you at? Where you at? I got a bone to pick with your ass. Let me get Jeff on real quick. Let me see if I can find him. He's not tapping in, so maybe I got to go find him. Let me see real quick. Let me see if this works. Don't go nowhere, guys. Don't go nowhere. What up, man?
What up?
So what you going to do? You going to soften me up with an Al York cat, right?
Listen. The doughboy.
Listen. I said Andy Reid with the Chiefs, not in general. I know he lost one with the Eagles. I remember that McNabb when they lost to New England when he had Terrell Owens. I did win that with a teaser with the Eagles because they scored late. I had Eagles in the over on the teaser, and both of them I needed the 6 points because they would not win.
Yeah.
But big game. I want to ask you real quick. What do you think of this Super Bowl game? Quick, because then I got to get you to Uncle Tom. I want to get you on Tom Brady, but I just want to, because next week, I'm not 100% sure if you're going to rock next week, so I want to at least get your opinion now, what you think of the Super Bowl.
Well, one angle I think is very interesting. I'm going to touch on something. You guys did a nice job on a couple of topics already. But one thing I think people need to be made aware of is Nick Sirianni, the Eagles head coach, was actually fired by Andy Reid when Andy Reid came to Kansas City.
Oh, that's great information. I like that.
Okay. Andy brought his own guy in and fired Nick. So Nick can have a little edge here.
Oh, he definitely gonna be tight about that.
Going into this matchup, just to let you know.
I like that you bring that up. I didn't have that. I didn't know that. I like that.
So, and I just something I ran across here. Number two, I think the things to look for this week is how does the Eagles handle the build up, to the Sunday game. Kansas City's been there. Philly really hasn't. A lot of times the new coaches, young team, there's always something that happens during the Super Bowl build-up week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Leading up to the game. And it could be somebody staying out late and getting suspended or going incognito or whatever the case may be. So it feels like that type of game. Yeah, let's see who's going off the reservation this week.
Right.
So to speak. So I think that's the same thing to be looking for. But I think really this thing's going to boil down to is who's going to play better. It's Mahomes versus, first-time quarterback and Jalen Hurts. And I have a hard time seeing Mahomes losing them back-to-back in the ship. So, I mean, I like Kansas City here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout at any stretch. It's probably going to come down to who has the ball last. But I think Kansas City finds a way to win this game.
Right. And like I was telling our dog catcher, the Eagles, not saying that if they lose this game, they're not going to be totally upset. Of course, anybody be upset you losing a chip. But if Andy Reid gets there for the third time with the Chiefs and Mahomes going 1-2, it's hard to see that, considering a couple years ago when everybody predicted them to win 3 or 4 Super Bowls with that squad they had when they had Tyreek Hill, etc.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, what I'm saying doesn't mean it's 1,000%.
Right.
Me and you being, entrepreneurs in the sports thing, we know that this game means everything to Andy Reid. Everything. I mean, he might retire after this game. So when you bring that into your locker room, that's chalkboard material right there. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
You're going to have guys in that locker room. I mean, not that the Eagles ain't going to have people to run through the wall, but you're going to have guys in that Chiefs locker room that they ready to break a leg to win and to send Andy Reid off happy. Because they all love Andy Reid. There's not a player that I met that didn't like Andy Reid. He's what you call a player's coach, like Pete Carroll. They all love Andy Reid, bro. And what he went through in the NFL, losing his son and all of that, I just can't see him leaving going 1-3 in Super Bowl play. I can't see that.
No.
And this is why I think that KC finds a way. But as far as the matchup, I think the Eagles got a better overall team. Not more weapons, but in the trenches. I like their team better in the trenches on both sides of the ball. But I got a feeling Showtime Mahomes is going to show out, and that's going to be the difference come Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, I think the difference is going to be actually is even though there's a big advantage for Philadelphia on the lines, I mean, every time we have a Super Bowl, Chris Jones and Frank Clark play big time.
Oh, them guys are huge.
Stars play like stars in that Kansas City line. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what I can also see is Kansas City is capable of playing to move the chain game and keeping that Eagles defense right out in that field and wear them out and they get that lead to force the Eagles offense to get out of what they like to do, which is run first.
Well, I think the same thing with the Eagles. I think if Jalen Hurts in them, all they got to do is get 10 yards on 3 to 4 plays, because you know that coach, 3rd and 3 and less, he's like an automatic go for it on 4th and 3. Am I lying or not?
Well, yeah, he does. I
mean, that guy's worse than Riverboat Ron. That guy be on his own 23 going for it on 4th and 1 like 90% of the time. This guy's really he trusts his offense that much.
Well, Andy Reid's the same way, so maybe we ought to find out what the prop bet is on the number of punts in the game.
All right, real quick, Jeff, prediction score, and we're going to move on.
I think it's going to be close to the ties. I see something on the lines of 27-24, Kansas City.
Oh, we got another over. That's 2 overs. Okay, I like that. Okay, now we're going to drift over. Biggest QB in the last 20 years in the NFL, Uncle Tom Brady, has officially, I'm not going to use the word officially because I made a tribute video with him and then he came back. So it's hard to use the word officially with Tom Brady, especially with all these opportunities looming. I mean, it seemed like anybody with the right price could pursue him. But I'm going to say he's done because he's got that TV contract just waiting for his signature. So I'm going to say he's done. 23 years in the league, Jeff, 7 Super Bowls, 1,335 games, 335 games, pardon me, 251 and 82, 89,000 yards, 649 touchdowns, 212 interceptions. Had a great year this year. I mean, he smoked them again this year. What's your take here on Tom Brady, bro?
I'm just glad the drama's over. You know, every year we got the drama with Tom. But I'll be honest with you, I think he's done for sure. I think the reason why he's done is that he came back last year. If you look at the evidence, he didn't want Giselle getting any of that $375 million in Fox. He put his cards right, you know. So as a man, I got a little more respect for him than I used to. You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know,
so I'm surprised you respected him for ducking his wife. You usually don't give that kind of respect, Jeff. So I'm very surprised you're taking this route right here.
Well, as a divorced man myself, we need to equal up how the treatment in the courtrooms are for men in his marriages. So right. I'm all for men wins in the courtroom. It can't just be lay downs. You know what I'm saying? There's situations that call for it, and this is one. I mean, those kids aren't going to do it without. You know he's going to pay for them, but we just can't be giving handouts anymore. You know, it has to go by the situation.
Right. Now, real quick, in a few words, whatever you got to say about Tom Brady in a few words before we move on. You all right first? You ain't choking on me, right?
I was choking on you. I had a bone in my throat.
Oh, man. I don't want what happened to you in the casino with having to do CP. Yo, you had motherfucking, you had security guards doing CPR on you, dog. But listen, I'm not going to go there. I can laugh now because you're alive. But if you were not still alive, it wouldn't have been a laughing situation. But you had male security guards with their mouth on your mouth, and they kept your ass alive. That's all that mattered. But real quick, give us a quick little sports book, Jeff, Tom Brady, ended on my show real quick. Then I got another topic for you.
Well, I think that Tom Brady is going to, go down as the GOAT. Okay, I think he sealed that number of years played, how long he's played, the records. But I also think he's going to go down as the GOAT with an asterisk. You got Deflategate. You got Belichick Gate with a video crap with the Rams.
That's why I can't give him number one. I got talked out of that.
You're gonna have
you can't say somebody's the best if they cheated. You can't.
Right.
I mean, he's got the best numbers, but if you want to go off numbers, LeBron got the best numbers. He ain't the GOAT in basketball. We all know it's Michael Jordan. You understand?
I'd tell you a step further, how much the cheat is there that we don't know about.
Exactly.
You know,
and I don't want to hear he didn't know that Belichick was recording because there's not nothing that Tom Brady didn't know in New England world. He knew everything that was going on over there. Now, he might not have had the power to draft, to pick a certain player, but that doesn't mean he didn't know what was going on in the organization. He knew Bob Kraft was getting happy endings a long time ago. You dig what I'm saying? Right. But get it real quick so we can move on, Jeff.
But I think that even with the Deflategate and the video gate and all the other crap that went on, I mean, even if you take that into account, the guy still accounted for more than any other quarterback. And do I think we'll see anybody like him? I do. I think there's always somebody that's going to come about and like this world. It could be Mahomes right now.
Mahomes definitely going to be the face of the NFL. That's a fact.
I mean, but for his decades of service, I salute. Playing till he's 45, I salute. Getting out when he had to, I salute. But now, please, Tom, take the TB12 and go out in the sunset, and let's get the new TB12 up here. Thank you.
Yeah. Not only that, like his numbers were magnificent. I mean, it's not like he had a big, tail off, Jeff.
Right.
I mean, he didn't want to end it getting rocked, getting beat up by my Dallas Cowboys. I got to throw that out there. A pick that you serviced out to, by the way. So you was on my team on that game. And I know he hates leaving like that. That's why he came back when the Rams beat them. Not like that. They were blowing them and then they came back. But I know that bad taste in his mouth. But you know what? Just sail off. Most of your records are going to be secure, even though I got a feeling if Mahomes don't get hurt, Mahomes, let's say 20, 18 years, is going to try to get a lot of those records. Trust me.
It's going to be close.
Yep. Okay, real quick, Jeff. Let's move to you know what? Let's go to college basketball real quick. I wanted to pick your brain. I was going to mention a whole bunch of teams, Jeff. I'm going to mention just 5 teams. I don't know if this is still the top 5. Maybe there's some movement. But, you got your Purdue Boilermakers at 1. You got the Volunteers. You got Houston Cougars. You got Alabama, and you got Arizona. Now, give or take, you can sneak another team in there. But what's your take right now with these teams I mentioned? Are these teams, are they realistic or are they fluky? For example, Purdue, are they real or fluky?
Well, I mean, Purdue's real. Do I think they're going to win the national championship? No. You got Purdue, like Missouri, which are 2 of my teams, are probably the 2 biggest chokers in NCAA history. If you actually go and look at it. So they're going to have to overcome. Now, the history on Purdue's side is they haven't been to a Final Four since 1980, but they had another 7'4" guy by the name of Joe Barry Carroll.
I remember Joe Barry.
The Joe Barry Carroll led Purdue, to the Final Four, and then before that was Ricky Mount. But probably, and we talked about this the other day, I think one of the best bets you can make on the board right now is not Purdue to win the national title, but Purdue to make the Final Four. And I did some research on it, and you get it at plus 250. So I think that's a nice wager.
Yeah, I might have to hop on that.
For them to get over the top. So Purdue to the Final Four at plus 250, but I'm not picking them to win it.
Okay. Volunteers real quick. I mean, we got about 6-7 minutes to not doing a free pick segment today. So we got a little bit of time, and I know you love having some time. Ain't nobody I ever met that like more airwave than you, Jeff. The Volunteers, are they real or they fluky?
No, they're real, but I think you got to put the same bag as Tennessee, Alabama, and to an extent there too, maybe in Auburn, if they can shore it up. I mean, the SEC to me is probably the second best conference.
Right, but just stick on Tennessee. Don't bring no other names. Let me pick up the names. Just stick on Tennessee.
Tennessee's going to come down to, can they produce enough offense to compete with the top teams? As you saw at the game this week with Florida when they got upset, right? Their point per possession is way down. Too methodical on the offensive side. Last year they had a couple other weapons that helped them offensively, but defensively there's nobody as good as they are in the country. So can Tennessee go far? Yes. Are they a top 5 team? That's the one that's probably the shakiest for me. Definitely a top 10 team. But are they capable? Yes.
Okay. Houston Cougars, a team that always have height, got guys that could jump through the gym.
Right.
Never really got enough shooters for me, even though this year they got a couple of young guys. They got a freshman that's shooting lights out. But I'm still not sold. Like yesterday, they barely beat Wichita State. I watched the whole game, and I'm looking at these guys, and I just see them like maybe maybe in the Elite Eight, maybe in the Elite Eight struggle. Because you're going to have teams that's going to hit that outside shot against them. And if they can't match that, Jeff, they're going to go home early. Now, do you agree with this or not?
Well, let me put it this way. Do you know who has the best odds of winning the national title here in Vegas right now? The Houston Cougars at 7-1, which I've never seen it. You know, myself. I think them and Purdue are similar situations. I mean, Purdue's got a much deeper conference, but not as much top echelon teams. Like Purdue playing Indiana tomorrow is probably going to be the biggest test before the end of the year on the road in Bloomington. Houston's had a few of these tests. They've lost one, they've won one, kind of going back and forth. But I don't know how challenged Houston's going to be. I mean, they're likely going to be a 1 seed just because they're not going to have very many losses.
Right.
But it doesn't mean they're a top 5 team. But I will tell you that they did go on the road. They won at Virginia. That's a huge win for me. So but I would just say be leery come tournament time, just because they really haven't played anybody, been tested for a while.
Okay, we got 3 minutes. Crimson Tide.
I think Alabama's absolutely for real.
Oh, wow.
I know that they laid a big egg down at Oklahoma, but I'll tell you what, a true team comes back from that. They turned around and beat Vanderbilt by 57 points Tuesday night.
I've seen that shit. Commodores suck in every sport for some reason, though.
They scored over 100 and held Vanderbilt to 44. And I will say this was not your normal Vanderbilt team. Jerry Stackhouse does a great job down there, and it's actually above average Vanderbilt team.
Right.
So they beat the snot out of them, okay? Alabama's deep. They play up and down. They played a tough schedule. They've beaten good teams. Alabama is a major threat to win the national title.
Facts. Okay, last but not least, a team that always seems to be in the top 5 for whatever reason. It's actually 2 teams. It's also the Zags, but Arizona Wildcats.
Well, Sedelis last night had 40 in a big win over Arizona. Who they played again last night? Arizona played Oregon in a revenge game. My feeling with Arizona is this. They're very one-dimensional offensively. Don't play defense. I don't think they're the best team in their conference. I think that is UCLA. I think pretender.
Okay, last but not least, give me a team. Do I need to call somebody to get you CPR again or what?
No, I caught a cold this week.
Oh, okay, just want to make sure you're all right, brother. Okay, give me a team that's not from the list I gave you, Jeff.
That's live, dog.
Let us know that can win it all in your book. Because you're a specialist in this college shit. You always seem to get that team that a lot of us are not thinking about.
If I had to pick a team like that right now, let me think about this. I would probably go. It'd have to be a Big 12 team because the Big 12's got the best conference this year. But I would say TCU has impressed me. They've won on the road at Kansas by 27.
Yeah, the home frogs they're okay.
They're a senior-oriented team with Miner, even though he's hurt right now. They're going to be battle-tested come tournament time. So TCU for me is 1. Number 2 would be a Marquette team with Shaka Smart under the radar.
Oh, wow. So I'm surprised with the teams you picked. I mean, you didn't mention Kansas. You didn't mention Kansas State. Texas. Very surprised. Okay, brother. Listen, I'm not gonna contest you because I know this is your shit. You love that college basketball. You really rough with that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm leaning on you for this.
Well, it's kind of like this. It's like Matt Painter for Purdue. I'll tell you why I stuck with TCU and Marquette. As Matt Painter said, I can go out and recruit me 5-star athletes. Okay, but they're not my guys. Gotcha. He goes out and gets his guys the number 1 in the country.
Special, man. And Purdue, after losing Ivy, for them guys to put up like a 21-1 record, and they've been battle tested, by the way. I'm surprised you ain't sold on them.
Beat Gonzaga. They've beaten Duke. They've beaten Marquette.
Yep.
They've beaten West Virginia. They're 9-1 in quad one games. But the reason I'm saying that I'm not sold is you still have to get over the hurdle.
Right. All right, Jeff, listen, we out of time. I actually gave you an extra minute because, you was coughing for like 2 minutes, so I had to throw you that extra minute. Make sure you drink a lot of water, and I'm going to talk to you in a little while. All right, brother?
And you said you had a bone to pick with me, so I've been choking on that fucking bone the whole time. So,
all right, brother. Yo, punch me out, Jeff. That's Sportsbook Jeff, guys. Now we going to the giveaway.
Give me 1 minute, guys. Sportsbook Jeff, dog catcher. There was a key in front. My dudes came with it, man. Let me play this real quick, and we're going to do our giveaways. Give me 1 minute. Yes, sir. Gotta throw that West Coast shit on. I be scared that I'ma steal these balls, man. And while if that happens, we'll have to wait at least 20 minutes so I can get it all right. Okay, guys, round 3. Giveaway 1. Let the best person win. 1 through 20. Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, man. I hope a lot of y'all are going to some venues. I mean, it'd be better off if you stay home and you planning to drink. Because my Lord, no drinking and driving. And you motherfuckers gonna be drinking. So I would highly recommend if you're gonna be drinking, keep it around home base. Okay, here we go. 1 through 20. Giveaway 1, let the best person win. 1 ball we looking for, just 1 ball. 2 come out, no bueno. No bueno, 2 balls come out. No good, it came out. I didn't tighten the lock. My bad. All right, let me do 1 more search, make sure they draw the ball. Okay, we good. 1 through 20, here we go. I ain't tightened the lock, I dumped out. 1 through 20, all these balls keep laminated. Looking around, nope, no more balls. I don't want to cheat nobody. Nope, we good. All the 20 balls are inside. Let's go. Let the best person win. Here we go. Giveaway 1, round 3. Nope, 2 balls came out, no play. I'm not looking at them. I'm doing this right. I ain't cheating nobody. Looking for 1 ball. Let me get this out of here. 1 ball. I don't care how long it takes. I gotta get it right. Here we go. Giveaway 1 winner. Got a winner. 1 ball. You see it. You not see it. Let me move this back. The winner for giveaway 1. Round 3. Number 5. Number 5. That's P4 back in the building, baby. Brian 4 back on the winning track. Let's go to giveaway 2, guys. Number 5, Brian 4. Let me bring this thing back real quick. Number 5, Brian 4, show winner. If I'm correct, I got 5 in round 3. 5 or 6 wins. I'll get it right. I got it all in the books. Number 5, Brian 4 is your winner.
for a little while. I know he's been wanting a couple of those cameos for sure. All right, let me move this up. Here we go. Marinate these bad boys. Let me put that lemon pepper on this motherfucker. Yeah, we're going lemon pepper today. Here we go. Here we go. And the winner is, not yet. I gotta marinate this shit. I make sure every piece is marinated. Here we go. Got a winner, baby. I know you see it because I see it. My wife probably in the room. What's this motherfucker yelling about again? You don't know how excited a motherfucker gets. The winner for round 3, giveaway 2, number 35. 35. My boy Scotty Jones again, baby. He plays one number a week. His percentage chance of winning is damn near like what? That's like 5%. And he won 2 weeks in a row. So this tells you that anybody can win. Scotty Jones, baby. Coming back with the summary. The fives on fire, 5 and 35. We got B4 and my man Scotty Jones. Okay, let me go through the summary real quick. Thank you guys for constantly participating in my show. Really appreciate you guys. Even though in my heart, I feel like if y'all don't tune in, is y'all lost. So I'm gonna keep it 100 because I know what we bring to the table. I know what I bring and what my peoples bring. We gonna bring it because I make sure I'm on top of them so that they could bring it. Like this ain't a game for me. Like it's fun, but it's not a game. Like you gotta see how I lecture, man. Like, and they know that I do it for the better. They know I'm not doing it to yell at them. No. They know that. They know that I want the best out of them, give you the best so that we can give it to y'all on a platter, my niggas, or my brothers. Let me say it right. I got to get rid of that word, my brothers. Let me go through my man Dogcatcher, cover the Super Bowl. Y'all know he got the big thing going on with Gambino. I can't get to the exact numbers, but trust me, it's a big thing. They did it 2 years ago. Everything went sweet, and hopefully this year, the winner, the loser does what he has to do, and everything goes sweet again. You got Dogcatcher with the AFC Chiefs. You got the Gambino with the NFC Eagles. So they both got each side. One of them got to win. Also, we covered Kyrie Irving. A lot of mixed feelings with Kyrie Irving. You know, a lot of people love Kyrie Irving. They love him so much that a lot of times he do shit, and people don't want to acknowledge what he does. And like I said, man, you know, there's a time in your life that you got to look at the mirror and you got to say, it's my bad. It cannot always be everybody else's fault. Just remember that. It's the message of the day also. I'm going to add that to the message of the day. On top of telling the people you love them, also it can't be everybody's fault all the time. You got to man up and say it's your fault too. Whether you feel it or not. Because like I said, majority rules. I'm a true believer. If I'm in a room with 5 people and they all said I'm wrong and I'm the only one saying I'm right, something got to hit me like, yo, Al, what's good? Like 5 people that love you, not just regular 5 people, are saying you wrong. So you got to come to your senses and just be like, you know what? I'm wrong. And I'm going to leave that like that. Sportsbook came in. Gave y'all the college. We gave y'all the college top 5 in our opinion. He's doing a few extra teams in there. We spoke about Tom Brady and his retirement. Salute, God bless to Tom Brady. Thank you, Tom Brady, for giving us this football for so many years. You won me a lot of money, so I got a lot of respect for Tom Brady.
prop bets, teasers, etc. I got nothing but love for Tom Brady. Thank you, and enjoy your new life, man. I know a lot of people don't like you, but I can't front. You made me bread, dog, so I cannot like you. You know what I mean? I have to like you. You did right by me. And last but not least, Jeff also touched on the Super Bowl, gave his opinion, etc. And it is what it is. Giveaway winners. Number 5, Brian Ford, giveaway 1. Number 35, Scotty Jones, giveaway 2. No drinking and driving. People, thank you, people, for tuning in. Al York Sports, the raw truth. Stay out of trouble, man. And next week, live till next week, because it's going to be a huge Super Bowl game. You don't want to be incarcerated trying to watch this game. You want to be cool in your crib with some cold ones, some shorties, some chips and ribs, and enjoy this football game. And you can't forget the fucking wings. And with that, hold your heads. I'll see y'all in a minute. Al York Sports.